Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the electrifying world of eFed Broadcast Channel. Before we dive into the heart-pounding action, let's set the stage with a brief disclaimer. The following content is an eFed Broadcast Channel event created within the WWE 2K universe. All characters, storylines, and events are fictional and exist solely for entertainment purposes. Any resemblance to real-life individuals, living or deceased, is purely coincidental. Viewer discretion is advised. This show may contain intense simulated combat, dramatic rivalries, and over-the-top personas. It's all in good fun, but please remember that these are digital avatars, so grab your imaginary popcorn, suspend your disbelief, and let's get ready to rumble. Now, let the virtual battles commence.
I like your take on boobies. And I like boobies.
Gun, higher.
I am the higher.
Don't
Test
higher.
gun. I am the higher gun.
Don't
Test me.
I am the
I am the higher gun who bout to set it off. Watch me leap from the top with the coup de grace. It's scary hours for you and all of y'all. How you want a submission to pinfall? I am the higher gun who bout to set it off. Watch me leap from the top with the coup de grace. It's scary hours for you and all.
And welcome to the Turnbuckle Talk Podcast with your host, the Higher Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. How y'all doing, y'all? Let's just get into it. So RAW and SmackDown. SmackDown's tonight, but last week's SmackDown was pretty good. The last 2 weeks of Raw have been good, real good. The Wyatt sisters have been doing their thing. With these tapes, playing off of the oldies. Because the Hoopster has a cassette player. Play videos. That's an oldie there. That's a real oldie there. But they've been doing their thing. Especially Bo Dallas, especially him. And like the wife says, every time she sees him, he looks just like his brother. Might not sound like him. You know what? I'm not even gonna say he don't sound like him now. I'm not even gonna say that. Alright? I'm not even gonna say he don't sound like him now. Because if you close your eyes, he do sound like him. But looks wise, he looked just like his brother. He looked just like him. But they're playing to our emotions towards Bray with this, which is not a bad thing, as they do it right, and they've been doing it right because it makes you feel a certain way about what's going on. It also makes you feel like everything's not going to be like the first debut when they destroyed everything. The Bloodline stuff has been gold. Paul Heyman going through a table has been gold. Has been magic. Well, it had to happen. Once he didn't acknowledge Solo as the next tribal chief, Solo had to do what he had to do to what's the word? He had to put God in Paul Heyman. So put fear in Paul Heyman. Solo had to counter what Paul Heyman just did, and he did. He told everybody acknowledged him besides Paul Heyman. So then, what happened with that? They had to take Paul Heyman out. Now, this is a domino effect here. Because what's going to happen now? Roman's going to come back. Roman may not come back tonight or Saturday, but it's coming back. It's coming back. And when he comes back, and I'm a Cody fan, very big Cody fan. Let's say this. When he comes back, he's gonna be the top babyface. He's gonna be the real megastar. You know, when he comes back, he's gonna make an impact just by showing up. Like people are already saying they miss Roman. Okay, now Cody's still doing his thing, and Cody can't do anything for that. Like, he can't stop that from happening. Like, Cody can keep selling his merch and he's signing autographs, getting that first and leaving last, and that's all great things. But, you know, some things you can't get in the way of. You know, this is like what, but Roman doesn't need the belt for this. You know, like Roman doesn't need the belt to be a megastar. That's just like when Hogan. That's just like when Vince decided to go a different route with Hogan. Told Hogan that we gotta take the belt off you and put it on Ultimate Warrior. And Hogan didn't need the belt because he was still a megastar. I don't like Hogan. Don't get me wrong. Alright, but around that time, Hogan didn't need the belt. He was already a megastar that didn't need the belt to succeed. So Roman's gonna do that. Like Roman is not gonna need the belt to succeed to lead where he needs to go at. You know, and he's gonna get over it. And the people who love Roman. And I'm good with Roman. I'm a more Cody fan than Roman, but still, like the people who love Roman are gonna love it, you know. And he deserves it. Like I'm not gonna say he don't deserve it. So let's go into something else I seen recently. So usually what happens is when we get a crossover, they come to NXT. Like Jordan Grace came to NXT. Frankie Kazarian and Joe Henry came to NXT. But now, Potsy came, with the TNA. But now we getting more of that now because on TNA's taping. Regal's son is he showed up Thursday. Alright? And like on the taping for next week, his group is gonna show up. I don't think all of them. I think three, him and two other ones are gonna show up. But I don't think Stevens' brother is gonna show up. So I don't, because I believe what's gonna happen with him is he's gonna get kicked out anyway because it is leading to that. Because he's always bumping heads and costing these guys matches and everything. But nonetheless, they showed up yesterday, or Regal's kids showed up yesterday, and next week Regal's kids group is gonna show up. I forget the name of that group. It's called it's an NXT group. Drew Gulak was the leader at first. Catch Quarter Crew, something like that. They're gonna show up in TNA. Now this might lead to the Radicals fighting them. That's what may happen. It may lead to the Radicals reuniting with Wesley. I can see that happening. I definitely see that happening. I definitely see the Radicals reforming. Not reforming, but like coming together again. Because all of them besides Wesley are in TNA, and they gotta fight Ringo Sun. They can do a 4-on-4, or they can do a 3-on-3. Because that truly fair. There's 4 Radicals. There's 4 of them. Okay. Now, if they don't want to do if they don't want to do 4, they can do 3. You know, the ones that people know about. You know, but then Moose called out Overton, and he said, all right, Overton, you have your boss talk to my boss, and we can make this happen. The only thing, and I would love to see this match. The only thing I got a problem with, and it's not Moose taking the L. It's obvious that Moose will take the L because Overton hasn't lost yet. He's undefeated. So we don't want to make this. We don't want to make this a one-sided situation because Jordan Grace is TNA champion, and she lost clean to RSN. Okay, she lost clean to her. So you don't need both TNA champs losing. You know, you like you don't need TNA to take more damage that way. Even though Posse came there and then Jordan Grace got a victory over NXT wrestling. And from what I'm hearing, like that might happen again. Like somebody, I think somebody else is coming over from TNA. Or I think somebody else is coming over from NXT to TNA to do an open challenge against Jordan Grace. And that's cool. That's cool. Because it's like you need balance. You need balance when it comes to certain things, like having a crossover. Because look at when AEW do it. Okay, and by the way, they had a good pay-per-view, the Forbidden Door. Okay, but you can easily say the Forbidden Door is all the time for AEW. Like you can really say that, but for instance though, New Japan, between New Japan and the stuff they do with AAA and the stuff they do with the other Mexican brand that they work with, right? 9 times out of 10, the AEW goes over. When they were working with TNA Impact, or TNA, either one, it's the same thing. But when AEW was working with them, no Impact wrestler went over. None. Christian had to do the dirty work and get pinned. Kenny didn't. Like, Kenny dropped the belt to Christian so Christian can take the pin. That shit ain't cool. That shit ain't cool at all. And they do it with AEW. AEW does that with New Japan too. Like they use wrestlers from New Japan so they start to get over. It's speaking of AEW, Britt Baker came back. I'm happy. I didn't know all what she said. I knew about her back, but I didn't know that she was having many seizures, and she had to take more time off because of that. Didn't know that, but she came back Sunday. She came back Sunday. She's looking in phenomenal shape, and I'm glad she's good. Now speaking of Britt Baker, Adam Cole, like what I'm hearing that he had a setback. Now, what they're saying is that he's okay, and he should be back soon, but he had a setback, and that's crazy. Like, I was just thinking about Adam Cole the other day, like how he would be so high on WWE right now. Now I understand Britt's there, his friends are there. They're not gonna burn him. But ever since he's been to WWE, ever since he's left WWE and he's been in AEW, it's been injury after injury after injury. His concussion, all right, and now this whole ankle thing that he broke bones in two separate places. Now I'm not saying that wouldn't have happened if he's still with WWE, but some of the stuff wouldn't have happened. You know, but hope he gets back soon because they had to, and you know, not just Adam Cole, because Wardlow, he's hurt too. He had an injury with his leg, and we haven't seen him since. They've been very, very hush about that. But they completely went away from that whole feud. Like, MJF came back, he did his thing, and now recently, Wednesday, he turned heel. So that lets you further know they're moving on from the Adam Cole versus MJF thing. It lets you know they're moving on, clearly moving on from that. Like, clearly moving on from that. Because of the fact that there's nothing you can do about it right now. Like you know, and then who loses out on that is Roger Strong and Matt Taven and Michael Bennett. So now they just lost there. Now, I can't feel bad for Adam Cole and Roger Strong or Kyle O'Reilly because all three of them left when they contract expired. You know, speaking of contracts expiring, Ricochet is a free agent now. His agent was at the last show for AEW recently, and then Dijak was there Sunday. Both contracts expired, and they left, which I think Dijak got the short end of the stick when it came to that, because listen, he and Keith Lee had some amazing matches when they were there in WWE. And then Dijak got called up. I mean, same thing with Keith Lee too. They got called up, and Dijak, Keith Lee, and Karrion Kross all got burned when they got called up because they just wouldn't have felt what they carried. All right, and then Dijak got called back down to NXT, and his character didn't last. His new character didn't last, but he had good matches. Like he had a good match against Over Finley. He had a good match in the 3-way with Over Finley Uh, he got a couple good matches. Like he had one with Wesley too. He can wrestle. He can like he could have done something in WWE if he got a chance to. And he said it recently. He knew it was over, and he was getting fucked when he got called back up because he was supposed to do a title match against Trick Williams. That was the plan. And now, how they doing things NXT? See, Shawn Michaels said it before. Shawn Michaels said that he used to tell people he's using them in an angle, so they don't get fired. And then I guess higher ups caught on with that, and the two people that he was going to use as angles have gotten fired. Ali and Dijak. Both have gotten fired. Well, that didn't get fired, but they called him up knowing that he had plans to have a title match. But he even said that he knew the writing was on the wall then. And then when he showed up that Monday, and they had nothing for him to do, he knew that they wasn't going to use him anymore. And they didn't. I mean, the closest they using him was Main Event and Speed. And he took it out to Xavier Woods on Speed. Speaking of that, I gotta watch the latest episode on that too because Xavier Woods and the NXT champion, part of the NXT champion, I forgot his name. He's a protege for Seth Rollins. And he's real fast. I forgot his name. Not Reese. I forgot his name. But I had to look at that match to see what happened. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins. And it don't because Andrade's gonna be either one of them, in my opinion. Andrade's gonna be either one of them, in my opinion. Speaking of Andrade, let's talk Money in the Bank. That's tomorrow. I can see. So the matches we got for Money in the Bank is Seth versus Damian Priest for the world title. I've been going back and forth on this. I feel like at first I was leaning into Seth Rollins winning. Alright? Because the bigger match is Seth versus Gunther. That's the bigger match. And I like Damian Priest. And I think he can wrestle. But the bigger match, the bigger draw is Seth versus Gunther. So, but once they put that stipulation in there, it don't make sense to put that on both parts here. But the one that don't make sense for the stipulation, if Seth doesn't win, he can't challenge for the world title as long as Damian Priest is champion. Damian Priest ain't gonna be champion for that much longer. Okay? He's not. He's not. Drew McIntyre's gonna. Not Drew. I'm sorry. Gunther's gonna be champion. Especially because they going to Germany. He's gonna be champion. Okay? It's gonna happen. Okay? So, literally, that doesn't make any sense to have a stipulation. Now, the other stipulation, if Damian Priest loses, he's out of Judgment Day. Now, mind you, Judgment Day is gonna split anyway. I mean, he's gonna get kicked out of Judgment Day anyway because he the stuff is on the wall with Damian Priest. and Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, because everybody's feeding into Liv Morgan besides Damian Priest. Rhea's not dead, but everybody's feeding into Liv Morgan besides Damian Priest. Like, Damian Priest is not falling for Liv Morgan's tricks. Finn is, Damian is, Carlito is, Jay-Z Madonna, everybody besides Damian Priest. But Damian Priest is saying some slick, he's saying some slick shit too. You know, like, he's saying some stuff that he ain't been getting checked on. Like, the last time Damian Priest said that Judgment Day needs him more than he needs Judgment Day. See, nobody's checked him. But the reason nobody checked him because Finn wasn't there. Like, Finn had the night off that day. The first time he said it. The second time he said it was 2 weeks ago. It was last week. And Finn was there for that one, man. So Finn checked him. Like, Finn checked him Monday that just passed, which he should have. And big ups to Finn and Damian Priest. No, I'm sorry. Finn and JD for winning the world titles. Right, because it makes them the first born Irish, the firstborn Irish to win them. So cool for them. Now they may lose it back to the Miz and Truth at SummerSlam because it's in Cleveland. You know, so there's that. But I feel like Damian Priest is gonna win. And if Damian Priest loses, it's because Finn's gonna interfere in that match and cost Damian Priest the match. If that happens, you know. So I got Damian Priest going over. There's no women's match. There's no. So they did the title match for Liv Morgan against Vega this Monday. So it won't be a world title match, a women's world title match on the pay-per-view. So, and Becky's not gonna have. Becky's not gonna have a match on the pay-per-view either, unless they do something tonight. You know, but so we won't have that. There's a tag team match on tonight, so SmackDown. So what else is on? What else is on there? Oh, the six. What Cody, Orton, and Randy. Cody, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. Now, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Solo and the Tonga Brothers versus the Bloodline because Jacob Fatu, I'm pretty sure he can't go over there. The candidate. I'm pretty sure that can't happen. But in this match, the Bloodline has to win. Two things have to happen here. The Bloodline have to win, and then Solo has to pin Cody. Those two things have to happen. It is mandatory those two things happen. Right? It is mandatory that these things happen for both. The Bloodline has to win, and Solo has to pin Cody because if that happens, that means Cody versus Solo at SummerSlam. Now, story-wise, it makes sense, but you have a bigger match than Solo versus Cody. Alright? Randy Orton versus Solo. Randy Orton versus Cody is the bigger match. It's the bigger draw. It should happen. But if it don't, it's because they're gonna lead that into Roman coming back after that match. Or at Money in the Bank. Now, no, I'm sorry, at SummerSlam. Paul's gonna come out. And then when Paul comes out, Paul's gonna introduce Roman. At SummerSlam. Okay? So, Solo has to beat Cody. Alright? Solo has to pin Cody. It can't be nobody else. It can't be Kevin Owens. And it can't be Randy Orton. Alright? Solo has to pin Cody. To make this make sense. Because if he pins Cody, it means Solo has a win over Cody. Okay. So it has to happen. It has to happen that way. Now, moving on. The Money in the Bank. The man's Money in the Bank. Yeah. Let's go with that first. And then I do the ones. Because the man's is more simple to me. The women's is too, because I think I can talk about both. For the women's, it's coming down to either Chelsea or Tiffany Stratton. Either or. Like it can be Chelsea because she's from Canada. Alright, and she'll get a bit pop. Or it can be Tiffany. Now, it all matters because sometimes they do it like this. If a heel wins for the woman, that means a face is gonna win for the men. If a heel wins for the men, that means a face is gonna win for the woman. Or they can just do it heel. The Chelsea's not technically Chelsea's not a face, but when she goes to Canada, she's gonna be a face. She got a bit pop when she beat Bianca. To get into the Money in the Bank situation. Now, for the man, I can see it going a couple ways here. Okay? If you want to face the win, then Jay wins. Okay? That's simple. That's a simple route. If you want to face the win, Jay wins. Okay? But if you want a heel to win, then you got two other choices of a heel wins. Alright, we can take LNA out of this. We can take we can take LNA out of it because LA Knight is going to get interfered by Logan Paul. That's definitely going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. You could have Chad Gable win. Okay? And then you can have him hold cash in on Gunther when he wins, and then Gunther wins it back at Germany. That can happen. I don't see it because I kind of feel like the Wyatt Six are gonna interfere in that match, in the men's Money in the Bank match. Alright, and it's the sole purpose of two reasons here. Chad's in that match, and so is Jay. Alright? And anytime we've seen the Wyatt Six, it's been because of two people. Jay and Chad. Jay's ran off a couple times. Alright? And Chad has two with different ways. But So I can see them interfering on both terms of both of these guys, both of them. Alright? Alright. Just cause. So, and then I can see Drew winning. Because Drew says, he keeps saying that he's going to win and he's going to cash in that night. So Drew wins. You don't have CM Punk. You don't have CM Punk costing him the Money in the Bank win. Nah, because Logan Paul's gonna do that for LA Knight, so you don't want that to happen twice in the match, especially if the Wyatt sisters are gonna do something too. Okay, you let Drew win, and then when Drew wins, you let CM Punk cost him the cash in. You let CM Punk, like either Drew cashes in and he enters the match, and then CM Punk can cost him the match that way, or you just make him, let Drew cash in after the match, and then let CM Punk fuck him. Now it's a waste of a cash in. It's a waste of Money in the Bank situation, but the men's are more likely to do that than the women. The women's like 100% still. Alright, so there's that. But I feel like Drew's gonna win. Drew's gonna win, so he can get fucked over again. Speaking of, let me talk about one more thing before I go. I've been seeing the whole MVP thing, and he's mad about Triple H saying no to reforming the Hurt Business. Now, look, I get it, because I liked the Hurt Business. I did, and it was good, but like right now, it just seems like he wants to get fired. And I'm not surprised that. I'm not surprised because it says MVP. This ain't MVP's first round or trying to get fired. Trying to get fired or do something to get fired. Okay? Not the first time. It's not. Remember, he said the N-word on live TV before. When he was with Impact. Okay? He's gotten fired but before for saying some slick shit. You know? Won't say what he said because I ain't trying to get my podcast revoked or anything. But like again, this ain't the first time that he said something. You know? So like I get that he's mad. I get that he's upset that the Hurt Business wasn't reformed. I mean, truth be told, the Hurt Business didn't broke up in the first place. Alright? Like, the Hurt Business was a good thing. It was. But I'm gonna end the show with that. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Make sure y'all watch wrestling. Make sure y'all watch E-Feds. Make sure y'all watch New Breed. This is the High Gun. Love you guys. God bless. I'm out.